Hi everyone, this is Lachette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and this is my one book July intro setup video. As always, I am participating once again in One Book July. I will link in the description down below the explanation and intro videos for those who run it, like Carrie Harling and Romany's Realm and Miss Vicky B and um, there's one other person, Michelle, whose channel I forget, but links all down in the description. If you would like to support, or you should like to support Black Lives Matter. I'm black, so that's not a thing that we don't do here. If that's a problem for you, then you don't need to subscribe or like this video. But if you don't know how, you're looking for links, there is a link to Black Lives Matter card down in the description below. It has ways you can support, ways you can donate, petitions you can sign, not just for the US, but they also have links for other countries as well if you are not from the US. I can't say that it's every country in the world, but there are several others. And the links are constantly being updated. Bail funds, and honestly, black people get killed every day. And it's unsupportable. So there are also links, I believe, for defunding the police, and so you can find out more information there. This year, to keep it very general, it's kind of a free for all. Everybody do what you want. 2020 is 2020. It's not the norm, so they will not be following the norm. Every year they usually have like a specific general challenge that they're all following, and most of us who do this do follow the same challenge. And everybody can basically also pick one of the previous challenges from previous years. That's not the case this year because it's 2020, but that's understandable. I figured I would be doing this anyways, even if they didn't. But announcements went up, and I'm very happy to see that, and am going forward. So this year, not going to be focusing on my bullet journal. You will not see my bullet journal in my videos. Well, you might, but I'll get to that in a second. My focus for One Book July is to work on my Book of Shadows grimoire. My spiritual journal, basically. It's here in white pen on the cover. This is what I'm working with. This is a pink Moleskine. I think at the time it was what I could get. No shade to pink, but this is not usually my first color choice. But anyway, it's a dot grid Moleskine that I've been using for a little bit. Oh, I should probably put my name in the front. But yeah. Dot grid, and honestly, this book should have been filled up a long time ago, but it hasn't been because I have not been using it. I've gone back and forth over the years as a witch, as a pagan, about having a grimoire Book of Shadows. Just quick background about me if you're coming to this knowing nothing about me, my channel, my shop, Scarlet Moon Creations. I'm Lachette, and I am a witch. That is my spiritual practice. Specifically, I am traditional Wiccan, and I am in a coven. The reason I mention that is because there is a coven Book of Shadows, and that's separate, something you will never see because we are oath bound. But I've not been in a coven for the entirety of my time as a witch, and I've always wanted to make a book of shadows. I've started and stopped off and on, and a book of shadows or grimoire is kind of like a compendium of your witchy or pagan or magical knowledge. I think I have a video about, yes, magical journaling. I have a video about magical journaling and a blog post that I will link below so you can check that out. What I want to focus on is my spiritual journal, adding to it. A couple of years ago, several years ago, I started bullet journaling, and that's mostly what my One Book July videos show, and my monthly plan with me videos, and monthly reviews too. So maybe 3 or 4 years ago, it came to me. I don't know that I spontaneously had an epiphany, but the idea might have seen somewhere else of using the bullet journal method in my spiritual journal. And so I started using this for that. What I like is that with the bullet journal system, there is the whole idea of an index. And the index means I don't have to worry about what order my pages are in. I don't have to worry about what type of book I'm using, notebook or whatever, because I have to make sure things are in the right order. If I have the index, then I can just look up what page I need, and that just kind of blew my mind. Also, an idea that I got from various people online was the idea of art journaling and junk journaling, and using those in your spiritual journal, Book of Shadows, grimoire, whatever you're going to call it. I'm just going to call it my spiritual journal from now on. What's on the cover. And I like that idea. Doing craft stuff, doing art is very meditative, and I consider that part of my spiritual practice and also personal development. So, I would like to create pages in here. I'll give you guys some examples of ones I've done before. So these are a couple of pages from a challenge I did leading up to Samhain. We had journaling prompts, and I did a page for each one. Some just regular journaling, and then here's a page I did just about the new moon in Capricorn in 2018 when that happened. I really enjoy doing stuff like this. I also started doing these Materia, Medica pages for various herbs, spices, roots, resins, etc. That I use in my practice and for my business, Scarlet Moon Creations. And I want to get back into that. As you can see, here's another page like that for Dandelion. It doesn't show up too well because I used yellow, but it's there. Some magical work I did. Let's see. Sometimes it's not very artsy, but it's still there. That was a new moon. This is a lemon page. This is a challenge I did on Instagram. Let's see. Oh, so this is a more artistic page, one of my favorites, for the full moon in Virgo. I think this was 2019. And then the full moon in Libra after that wound up being less decorative. The new moon in Libra meditation I created. So I came up with this general layout for a recipe page for a bath that I was making. And it's okay, but I realized in the making of it, I need to switch things up. This page sticks together a lot. So sometimes it's just artwork. For whatever reasons, I don't get around to writing anything, and I think that's okay. I've come to grips with the fact that that's okay. Sometimes it's just writing because I don't get around to doing any artwork. So yeah, those are just some examples. So that is my focus. This book is the only supply that I can say I definitely will be using. I will link my usual bullet journal supplies down below in the description because I can't imagine I won't be using them, but which ones exactly I don't know. So before I get into how my videos will come out weekly, I will show you one other thing that I might use. So it doesn't fit on the screen, and that's okay. This is a spiritual journal that I created many moons ago, like years and years and years, really early in my witchcraft journey. And it's huge. This is bigger than 12 by 12. I forget exactly how big it is. I feel like our more permanent spreads, the pages are huge. They ain't going nowhere. So if I find the time, I might add to this. But it's not the priority. It is just there. So lastly, let's talk about how my videos are going to come out. I will come with updates. I haven't decided yet exactly how that's going to work. So I do vlogging. Right now they're bi-weekly vlogs, but for the month of July they will be off, and that will make the rest of the year weird. So my plan was to switch my vlogs to weekly for July because I'll be doing one book July. But if I do that, considering all the other videos I plan to put out, I won't have enough time to edit weekly vlogs and one book July videos. So my tentative plan is to film the making of these spreads as I do them and include that in my weekly vlogs. We'll see how that goes. The other option is to go with only 2 or 3 one book July updates instead of one every week, one every other week, and then interspersed have my vlogs. Again, I don't know how that's gonna go. I really don't. My vlogs, I can keep them mostly one book July focused, but we shall see. So, if you like this video, find it interesting, if you want to see how my one book July pages turn out, do subscribe, hit the like button. I have a one book July playlist for previous year. I know this video is kind of all over the place, a little bit. That seems to be the norm for 2020. So, wish me luck. This is the least concrete plan for one book July I've ever had. This is, I think, going to be my 4th year. Yep, my 4th year doing it. And, my YouTube anniversary, we'll be coming up with the first One Book July update, because this is how I started my channel. So yes, to all of my witchy boojors, thanks for watching. This will be a very witchy One Book July, and I hope you get inspired. And for everyone else, same, honestly. I hope you get inspired, and I wish you all happy and healthy time. And like I said, my supplies are listed down below. And if you would like to purchase something from my Etsy shop, Scarlet Moon Creations, you will find a discount code in the description below as well. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you are safe and healthy. Please remember to stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands, and wear a mask if you need to go outdoors. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!